About 100 Pearl Harbor Navy personnel, residents of Ford Island, and boaters in the area rushed to the crash site within minutes of the 7 p.m. accident. Navy Captain Claude Harvey was in a ferry crossing the harbor when the accident occurred.
We heard a sputtering engine overhead. We looked to our left and saw the plane begin to spiral and come down. It was spiraling very fast, and the engine sounded as though one engine was running away. We could not hear a second engine. It hit. There was a splash of water, and then complete silence. We could see part of the plane sticking up out of the water. It was a very, very hard impact.
One survivor and 6 bodies had been recovered from the water before the rescue effort was called off around 2 a.m. because of the darkness. This morning, Navy rescuers returned to the site with a crane to free the wreckage, which was lodged in 3.5 feet of water in the middle of Pearl Harbor, just 300 yards from the Arizona Memorial. Navy Captain Jay Hurlburt was among the first of several Ford Island residents who rushed to the crash site last night. He helped survivor Mike Sammons, who had parachuted from the falling plane, out of the water.
As I was running down the steps to the pier, a parachutist landed in the water adjacent to the pier, the one survivor. We attempted to get him to come ashore and get assistance. He preferred to proceed in the direction of the aircraft. He indicated that 3 additional people had gotten out of the aircraft, but he said, and they're all here, and there were 3 bodies floating.
Survivor Sammons is hospitalized with a broken leg and other injuries. A pilot and 12 skydivers were aboard the plane, which belonged to the Jump Hawaii Skydiving Club. The group was scheduled to parachute into Aloha Stadium as part of the pregame show for the University of Hawaii, University of South Carolina football game. They apparently had decided to cancel the jump because of a low cloud cover. Among the dead were 3 members of a family: Jump Hawaii owner Byron Black and his sons Bobby and Danny, the pilot. Club member Merle Clausen, who was not aboard the plane, said Byron Black was well known to Hawaii skydivers.
Byron ran Jump Hawaii. He was the reason we jumped here on the islands, pretty much.
The crashed plane was a twin-engine Beechcraft D-18, such as those shown here. Jump Hawaii officials say the plane had just completed an annual overhaul. The battered wreckage was taken to Ford Island today, where it will be inspected by Federal Aviation Administration officials who will try to determine the cause of the crash.
This is Marisol Borromeo. The jumpers loaded their gear here at Dillingham Airfield on the North Shore early last night for what seemed to be just another routine jump for fun. But 40 minutes after the 12 jumpers and pilot took off for Aloha Stadium, the routine jump ended in sudden and violent tragedy. This morning, stunned colleagues and Jump Hawaii staff went back to Dillingham Field, back to the last place their friends were with them, to the last place in time unmarred by the tragedy, where the jumpers' cars are still parked. They were here to get their facts straight because they could not comprehend yet that 13 of their friends had been killed in the crash.